Hi, boys and girls, and grandparents, and everybody else in all ages watching and listening today for another edition of Litter Media Live on this September 5, 2025, with the icon Mike Smith. I'm Dan Ramey, and over on my immediate left, and he's now on camera.
He's, by popular demand,
there he is.
His mother kept sending me letters.
Hello.
Get my son on the TV. So there he is, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like him without the beard, Mom?
And it looks like I'm Mr. Hand.
You're Mr. Hand.
How about that?
Oh.
She told me I look like Morgan Wallen.
Really?
I don't see it.
I don't know who that is. Is that good or bad?
He's a terrible country singer.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your mother compares you to a terrible country singer.
And now for Morgan's mom, we that's just one person's opinion. So
yeah, there you go.
We don't want anyone to have hurt feelings.
That's right.
Yeah, so
we're positive and all that.
Because we used to have moms that watched out for us.
That's true.
But now they're angels above us, keeping an eye on us. Welcome to the program. Coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at news and sports. This date in history. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're going to be talking about some interviews we did in studio yesterday. That are all of them up on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. He's more impactful when he's just on mic.
That's
sometimes.
right, yeah.
Yes. Was it Senior Wences who used to do the
yeah.
little hand?
Yeah. Was that on Ed Sullivan's show?
Saying, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Coming up, all that stuff and more. And right now, we want you to know about the weather.
Yes, sir.
I didn't see a cloud in the sky this morning.
You know, when we were coming back on Labor Day, we drove over to Highland County, and I said, do either of you see a cloud anywhere? And they said, there isn't. I said, this is the way it looked on 9/11.
Yeah.
Not a cloud. And that was the way it was all across North America.
I was thinking the same thing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Sunshine. Another beautiful day, high of 85. We're talking about the possibility of some rain. I think I heard you say for kickoff tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's what we're being told, yes.
And maybe into early Saturday morning. It certainly is not enough to catch us up. I think I saw last night they were talking we're 5 to 6 inches of rain behind where we should be this time of year, and that's why earlier in, was it last week or this week, I guess we were talking about the 22 counties in our area that have been declared drought disaster areas. So there's a chance of some rain Friday night and into early Saturday morning. Cooler for the weekend with highs in the upper 60s and nighttime lows of 45 if you're going out, take a long sleeve shirt or a jacket.
And looking at the graphic there, looks like around 8 o'clock is when we're going to see the potential for some rain. And it's going to be about 70 degrees, which is very comfortable if you're walking the sidelines carrying a camera.
In dry weather.
Yes. Yes.
You'll feel cool if
you
it's
will
gonna be
feel
wet.
much cooler. So have you got your rain gear ready to go?
Yes.
Ah, look at that. Yeah. You got your rubber boots and all that kind of stuff?
I don't have that. I was probably just going to wear a hoodie.
Well, that won't do your feet any good.
That's true.
That also won't help the camera either. We'll have to, the equipment that you'll be using, which is far more expensive than he is. So we got to make sure.
Hey.
Watch it there.
I'm kidding, Mom and Grandmas. I'm kidding. Coming up, we'll have news next. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389. If you've got a cleanup job that you are doing personally or at your business, you need a dumpster to put all that roughage in there. Would it be roughage or would it be rummage?
Rubbish.
Rubbish. Rubbish.
Rubbish.
Not rubbage.
Rummage is when you're like a raccoon would rummage through a dumpster.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want something to attract raccoons, make sure you get an orange dumpster from Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And coming up at 12 o'clock, we will have our Litter Media Game of the Week preview show, and that's where we will be announcing this week's Player of the Week. And welcome to Homeland Credit Union, who's jumped on as a presenting sponsor for our Player of the Week. Go to our website where you can see all those players under sports. You'll see at the top it says sports. Click on that. It'll take you all the players of the week. You can make your nominations there and fill us in and see who the players of the week have been so far through the first 8.5 months of the season, or the year, I guess. We have different seasons, don't we? Coming up in a moment, we will take a look at sports, where you can also find sports scores on our website, littermedia.com. But first, news. And we start with seatbelt safety. Something that was a topic of conversation yesterday with Shad Kaplinger. He is a former Cavalier. Well, once a Cavalier, always a Cavalier, right? He is the lieutenant at the and post commander at South Bloomfield, which is Circleville, basically. But we talked about seatbelt safety and how important it is.
Like we were talking earlier, until we get the traffic fatality numbers down to zero, we have work to do. But it takes all of us. It takes folks out driving and making responsible decisions as well. So our intention is to get that number to zero, but we need help doing that. So I appreciate you having us on today so we can, share that message and your listeners and viewers can see that.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you can see this entire interview on our Facebook page in the video section, but also on our YouTube channel, available for your use. And you can share that with your loved ones that don't want to use the seatbelt. Just being honest with you. Also yesterday, we had in studio with us Cheryl Beverly and Dwayne Goshen. Cheryl, of course, had...
That was 2 days ago.
That was 2 days ago?
Yes, because I was here that day.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Earlier this week, we had Cheryl Beverly in studio with Dwayne Goshen. And, of course, Cheryl's fame has been Cheryl's House of Hope. She is now stepping away from that organization and jumping into a new venture, Farmers Finest Foods. And it's a really cool organization, and it has local ties. Tim Harris Sr. and Tim Harris Jr. are involved with this. Of course, Chillicothe natives, and they're now in the Indianapolis area. But this, Cheryl is going to become the Ohio representative for Farmers Finest Foods.
In these neighborhoods where a lot of single moms are, and they've got, their kids, 2, 3, 4 kids, they live in a very stressful place at times, mentally, physically, emotionally. And so I thought, well, you know what? We can come in here and not just provide food, but provide a moment where everybody can just exhale and, treat the kids well. And I used to always give them suckers and all that kind of stuff. And now they're all grown up and they still remember, hey, Mr. Dwayne with the suckers, and it's just kind of pretty cool. But what we do and what I've found is that a lot of times the moms have run out of funds to buy food. and whether it be SSI, disability, EBT, they're trying to figure out how to feed their family. And that's where we come in.
And of course, if you want to learn more about this program, simply check out the video now on our YouTube channel. And is that in our videos section here?
No, it's not on Facebook yet.
Okay.
But it is on YouTube.
Check it out on our YouTube channel. And while you're there, subscribe. It's free.
Join the Ross County Park District for an adult-only leisure bike ride on September 13th from 6 to 9 p.m. They'll be pedaling from the Brad Lytle Memorial Park in Frankfort down to the new Austin Mill Brewing Company. It's about a 3.38-mile ride, and they want you to meet there at the Brad Lytle Park in Frankfort at 6. They'll depart at about 6:10 p.m. So if you're wanting to do a little bike riding, something to do there on the 13th. Kiwanis Kids Day has rescheduled the date for this event, September 22nd from noon to 4 p.m. in Yoctangi Park. You might remember a few weeks back it was threats of severe storms that day, so they just postponed it. And again, they're making that date up on September the 22nd.
The Ross County Tire Recycling Day is coming up October 19th. That's from 8 a.m. until noon at the Ross County Fairgrounds. Car and residential tires will be the only things accepted, and there will be no fees. First come, first serve until trucks are full. So if you've got those tires lying around, get rid of them.
I got thinking about this. I don't know the answer. Is a residential tire like what you'd have on the bottom of a mobile home? I've never heard that term, a residential tire.
Well,
or like for a camper?
I could see that, but I was thinking along the lines of a car.
But it does say car and residential tire.
Oh, maybe that's it.
That's why I was confused by that. But for those of you that know what it is, you can take it in for free.
I'll Google it.
Okay. First Capital Enterprises Incorporated and Connect 570 Douglas Avenue in Philadelphia.
I don't know why that's sideways.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I did not
Well,
do
let me
that.
give you the radio version of it anyway. They're hosting an evening of entertainment from 6 to 9 p.m. September the 13th.
We're getting there. It's almost there.
Hang on with me now. Featuring live music by Felony 4. While you enjoy the music, you can have some great food to enjoy, including some barbecue and some great desserts. Again, that is going to be held at First Capital Enterprises on September the 13th. And if you are upside down, you should be able to see that image. For those of you listening on radio,
look at there.
You don't know anything that's going wrong.
If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see this later. And
When I put this image in the story, it looked just like that. It looked perfect. I don't know why it was like that.
and then it went topsy-turvy.
Yeah, it's the end of Summer Bash. Yeah.
A new visitor center for the Appalachian Hills Wildlife Area is under construction near McConnellsville, Ohio. The visitor center will serve as the gateway to the great outdoors, providing an education experience that celebrates Southeast Ohio's incredible wild spaces. The new center will enable visitors to see across the landscape and will be able to catch a glimpse of wildlife in their natural environment, including a herd of bison that is planned to be introduced at a nearby site. How about that?
All right. Road report. In Ross County, there's a culvert repair project that's been going on State Route 41 between Cliff Run Road and Free Lane. Now, that is closed during construction. 41 will be closed, as we just mentioned, but the detours is US 50 and also State Route 28. They believe that they'll have that project done by 5 p.m. tomorrow, September the 6th.
And they're continuing to put the guardrails in on 772. I had to stop for that this morning. And also, did you notice the smooth ride from Bridge Street to the Litter propane location?
And then it got rough again.
Yeah, if you go beyond that, it's grooved pavement until you get down on the other side of Green Lawn Cemetery.
But they must be doing that in the evening.
Yes.
That's what we reported earlier.
It was like I woke up and I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
How about that?
You want to know what a residential tire is?
Yes,
Please fill us in on the Googling that you did.
Residential tires can refer to tires used on cars, lawnmowers, bicycles, motorcycles, and other vehicles used for residential purposes, like wheelbarrows.
Okay. So that is along with car tires, your residential tires you can bring in that day as well.
I never thought about recycling bicycle tires.
Yeah, me neither.
Or wheelbarrows.
Or wheelbarrow.
Or wheelbarrows.
Yeah, we just throw the whole wheelbarrow out when it goes bad. So,
But you're not supposed to do that. You're just supposed to recycle. So make sure you do that.
if you recycle.
Yeah.
Which
And
you
do
should.
it- and you can do it for free on October 19th at the
Well,
Ross County Fairgrounds.
The tire you can. You can't recycle the whole wheelbarrow
Correct, yes.
because that's metal,
Well, a lot of people turn those into flower pots. you
which
know.
my wife has done on our back patio.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I like how they get creative. They'll put it on its side, and it looks like the flowers are pouring out of it. I like that. All right, coming up in a moment to look at high school roundup time for sports. And how about those Reds? Details are just, they can beat the good ones, not the bad ones for some reason. Haynes Total Health Care Center, chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs. They've been, you okay over there?
Can you help me with this?
They've been serving the community since 1974, putting in 50 years of service. And when you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, it will take you to their website, HaynesHealth.com, where you can see more about what they do to help our community. Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
You don't even want to know what we were talking about. You don't even want to know.
Mike didn't hear the tow truck joke unless he was watching yesterday.
Oh, yeah. You didn't hear the tow truck
No,
story?
that's okay.
Well, now we know he doesn't watch Litter Media Live.
Well, I
He's
was
not here.
watching only to
What do you
know
do?
whether you use certain stories so I would know whether to use them the next day. Beyond that, I just...
In other words, only thing it's interest
Right,
to
right.
Mike,
No.
who's
The
all
news.
that he uses.
It's the news.
That sort of thing.
It's just like the old radio. I just tuned out everything else that Dan said.
You didn't see Dan's, what's the Olympian's name?
Oh, Mark Spitz.
Yeah, you didn't see Dan's Mark Spitz impression.
Do you have that?
Did he swim or something?
I think I have an image of it.
Did he jump in the pool or something like that during the show?
No, we're comparing mustaches
Oh, I see.
with our boy Wonder over here.
I don't know where it went.
And so it looks like you might have deleted it, huh?
I know I emailed it to you.
Mark was iconic with that mustache in
Yes.
1972.
Yes. And we were trying to determine if he had a mustache that was comparable to Mark Smith's.
Well, that goes, I guess, in the eye of the beholder. But I know one thing Aaron does not have that Mark Spitz does:
Gold medals?
7 gold medals.
I have 8 gold medals.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And Simone
I'll have to
Biles
ask Kenzie
has
about that.
Simone Biles has 11. How about that?
Well,
She's the goat, not the goatee.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're talking facial
She
hair.
did hers on land. Mark went in the water for his. So.
Yeah, precisely. Let's talk high school sports here. When you go to our website, littermedia.com, you will find the score page right there. In boys golf, Vincent Haller, 37. He's your meet medalist yesterday in a dual match with Washington Courthouse. And Clay finished on top, 4 strokes ahead of Western. And Tristan Large of Clay was your medalist with a 39. In girls golf, the SVC, this is a completion of match 4. They were suspended due to heat, was it? Mm-hmm. And so Westfall picks up the win there by, 25 strokes. And
He went to Tays Valley, 23 strokes.
is it 23?
Yeah, 76 and 99, Dan. That's not 5. That'd be 3.
Would it be?
Yeah, move on.
Yes.
His Taze Valley math is infamous for 40 years.
I thought I said 25.
You did.
You did, and
It would
that's
be
not
23.
right. What's 99 minus 76?
23.
It's not 25.
Here, look at my paper, Dan. Look over here. This is a test. Look at my sheet here.
I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I don't have enough toes, I guess, to
I guess.
come up with. Westfall's Caroline Seaver is your meat medalist there. Also, TBC action. Addison Jackson picks up the win from Federal Hocking, but Athens was your overall winner by 9 strokes.
Hey, all right. I hope Missy does the checkbook in your house.
Chillicothe tennis. Chillicothe picks up the win, and Claire Morrison suffers her first loss to Bella Flores, who has yet to lose as well. Gahanna picks up a win over Lancaster, and Newark
That's not correct.
was a 5-0 winner over Newark.
Yeah, that's a misprint there. They beat Circleville, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, see. Boys soccer yesterday. Bloom Carroll over Circleville. Another shutout for Memphis over Valley. Eastern Brown takes West Union. And Peebles over Ripley. Girls soccer. Bloom Carroll putting it on Circleville. 11-0. And Chesapeake blanking Piketon 8-0. Volleyball, you got winners. Wheelersburg, Notre Dame, South Gallia, Jackson, and Eastern Brown.
Okay.
And again, you can find all that information on our website, littermedia.com.
The Reds found the offense in the first inning last night. 9 runs in the first inning en route to a 12-5 win over the Astros. That's 2 in a row over Houston. They'll wrap up that series with a 1-10 start this afternoon in Cincinnati before the Reds move on to the Big Apple to take on the Mets. Guardians, they got beat by the Royals by a score of 4-1, which prevented a sweep there among American League Central leaders. Mm-hmm. And that is a look at sports. We want to remind everybody that the Litter Media Radio Game of the Week preview show is coming up at noon today. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow night's game is Miami Trace at Logan Elm.
Do we have a slide for that? I thought we had a slide for that. It's right
It's
here.
right
there. There we go.
Get that old QR code out there. And you know, there are some people that I think we have evidence of people using that QR code off the banner during the ball game because they've told us if we had an issue.
Yeah.
You know, we're as good as the internet, and sometimes the internet's not so good where we are. So,
but that QR code is handy, you know, because if you're there and you hadn't heard about Litter Media Radio, you just pull out your smartphone, you point it towards it, it catches it, and it takes you right to the broadcast.
Right.
Pretty handy.
Yes, sir.
Who came up with the QR code? Mr. Google?
Oh, I thought you meant for the banner.
That would be Herald QR.
Herald QR.
Yeah.
Q stands for Quincy?
No, it's just QR.
Just QR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So they're everywhere, QR codes. Yeah.
It's like R2-D2.
Yes, sir.
Coming up in a moment, this date in history, the clock goes back to
1774. A little revolutionary, pre-revolutionary war information for you today.
All right, details coming up in a moment.
You know, one of our great sponsors is Litter Quality Propane. They want you to know there's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
And full disclosure, they're not only just a great sponsor, they're also our parent company. Just throwing that out there. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit DixieChopper.com.
818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe If you have an issue with your air conditioner, heater, or the plumbing in your home, your trusted comfort advisor is Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Click on this ad on our website, littermedia.com. It takes you right to their website, which is accuratehvac.com. You'll see the service territory. They've got 8 different offices across Ohio, and that means they've expanded a lot of territory. So if you want to find out more, click on this ad at littermedia.com. Time for this date in history.
In response to the British Parliament's enactment of the Coercive Acts, in the American colonies, the first session of the Continental Congress convenes at Carpenter's Hall in Philadelphia. 56 delegates from all the colonies except Georgia drafted a Declaration of Rights and Grievances and elected Virginian Peyton Randolph as the first president of the Congress. And it happened on this date in 1774.
Taking action.
And 2 years later,
it all hit the fan.
They had another little thing that they wrote up called the Declaration of Independence.
There was a Far Side comic, you can't say strip, but a comic frame I was looking at the other day, and it showed these British soldiers coming across Bunker Hill, and one of the guys in the middle had bug eyes. I mean, his eyes were real big, and the caption said something, and I'm paraphrasing here, everything was fine until Horace had his bug eyes. What do they call him? Bugsy, bug eyes, or something like that. And that's when the first shot was rung out, because they saw the whites of his eyes. It's like, don't put that guy up front.
You remember the Andy Griffith episode where Andy said something disparaging about the kid's new teacher, which happened to be Helen Crump, Andy's future wife?
I can't say
So the kids stopped paying attention in history class. So Andy had to tell this tale to get the kids interested in history, and it was about the shot heard around the world. And no, I'm not talking about Bobby Thompson's home run. It was the one that started the Revolutionary War. So, what about that gun? And Barney's in there, he's listening in just like the kids
like he'd never heard it before.
Yeah. Tell us about that gun. Yeah,
and then give us the Gettysburg Address.
Yeah, that was funny. We got another show coming up here in 20 minutes.
We do. Before we wrap up, though, since Mike missed it, we were approached with a question yesterday. So you're driving up 23, and you find this jar with fluid in it in the median strip. And inside that jar is a toe. Where would you take it?
I mean, like a human toe?
Yes.
I think I'd just leave it beside the road. Call the cops.
Well, I think I said take it to the hospital. You said?
I said call the cops.
But the answer is?
Call a
tow truck.
Tow truck.
You can thank Lieutenant Jack Haplinger for that one.
Oh, thanks, Chester.
It gets better every time I hear it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. My concern was that it might be something from a truck going by the road, since it was a canister with fluid in it.
Right.
I'm not talking water bottle. All right, our Litter Media Game of the Week preview show coming up next at 12 o'clock. And if you miss any of this on Litter Media Radio, check out Litter Media Radio. We have things that are in rotation that you hear all the time. And, of course, it's great for when we do a live event, because when we're live, man, people tune right in, and we appreciate that. Thanks for watching this edition of Litter Media Live.